invite Adrian Wilson from NSCT to draw the first presenter. Which number do we have, Adrian?
Number 1.
Number 1. Okay. And please make sure you introduce every group member before you start. Group number 1, we'll shut off the lights if you could. I know we are videoing.
No, that's group 2, yeah.
Whenever you're ready to start.
Oh, it doesn't. Yeah, it's recording right now.
Okay. Green, affordable, durable, comfortable, sustainable, and local. Those are the factors that we were asked to take into consideration when coming up with a design plan for 50 Mechanic Street. We are Team 1. We are Dave, Sean, Charmaine, Darren, and myself, Jesse. We hope that today we will be able to demonstrate how we are able to relate each of these factors into our design. So we'll start with the defining characteristics of the home.
We've talked a lot about so far, like through this 3-day event, about the history of the home, the musical history. We've also mentioned the history of the industry, about the railroad company. The yard, we found that was it's a fairly nice size yard. There's a lot of potential for it, which we're going to be talking about later on. And it's a 3-bedroom home. So we know that it's a family home, and that we want to be able to, the home, that when it's completely refinished, that it's able to accompany a home, and that they'll be able to make their own history. For the exterior appearance, we want to maintain the color. We don't want to switch it up and have the house red on one side and yellow or green or anything else on the other side. People pick them off, and we just don't want that. We also want to maintain the shape, the Gothic style. We don't want to change characteristics that locals who have known the homes, have grown up seeing being them built or even living in them, see them like completely altered. We also have the materials of the exterior, moldings and stuff like that, that we want to try to keep the same as much as possible. We have been talking about adding an addition, if possible, later on after the exterior and the inside is completely renovated, but it will be smaller, and it will be simply for the fact that it will give more space for people later on when they begin living in the home.
Yes, we're going to utilize the wood shingles that are there. We don't have to strip too much of the exterior, just the lower parts, and replace them with wood shingles. There's nothing that's come along in the last 100 years that's proven its durability like wood shingles. Okay. new products, but wood shingles, they last forever. And again, it retains the look of the original look of the building. Next slide. Interior features, we're going to maintain the staircases in fine shape, it's going to remain the same. Fireplace, the one thing we'll change there is we're not going to utilize the fireplace, we're going to put an insert, electric insert in there. But the overall look of the fireplace will remain the same. The tub will be utilized. Some of the moldings in the home are original, some are from the 70s, so we'll have to research the original moldings. Again, it's not a difficult thing to duplicate some of those moldings because it wasn't the fanciest type of moldings at that time. And the floor, we're going to salvage as much of the hardwood flooring as we can. We went to the St. Anne site and looked at the materials from there. We're going to utilize kitchen cabinetry, bath and vanity, some of the light fixtures. We considered the toilets, 6-liter flush, but we're looking at the dual flush. The toilets these days are reasonably inexpensive, and you want something new with a bit of a warranty on it, so it's going to work for a long time. Most of the furniture there can be utilized. And of course, researching some of the materials for the roofing and the doors and stuff like that, we can find cheaper than brand new for a lot of that stuff. Next. Floor plan layout, we considered the interior. We figured coming in the downstairs from the hallway leading to the kitchen, we put slate floor in. Slate has that earthy look reminiscent of the early conditions of the men returning home from work and tracking in the dirt and stuff. Slate is extremely durable, will retain the heat well, and is easily maintained. Kitchen flooring should be of a porcelain ceramic type tile, again with the earthy look, and the tile should be of a non-slip texture to ensure safety in the kitchen, and the tile again is very durable. The living room shall remain the hardwood flooring, utilizing the salvage hardwood flooring from the renovation, most of which is original. The upstairs hallway, again, can be hardwood flooring. Bedrooms, we suggest carpet. Carpet can last many, many years in the low traffic areas and provides a comfort and warmth you can't get from solid surfaces. So you got to think of the family that's going in there, right? The bathroom should be floored with a durable non-slip vinyl covering to protect the underlying floors and ceilings from water and moisture exposure, and it makes for easy cleanup as well. Staircase again remains the same. The small attachment that we talked about putting on the back wasn't in the original construction of the home, but they were built very early after the homes were constructed. So it is an important feature on keeping the heritage part of this building alive. So the small attachment on the home, elected with an open door concept so that the heat generated in the kitchen as well as the home heating system can help keep that area. It's only a small little addition. We've considered putting in skylights, 2 to 4 skylights to provide natural light to that room as well as the adjoining rooms, because we need plenty of lighting in that area. The rear door of the home will be off the attachment. And the front door should have a 3/4 glass, providing ample time for the south side sun to warm the slate floor running the length of the hallway.
For the foundation work on this building, we had a conversation with the contractor that originally quoted the work to be done there, and we're in agreement with his concept there. We think that the potential for damage to the other building, if you were to try and lift this building or put in a full basement, unless you had a commitment from the other side to also put in a basement, we don't think it's worthwhile. So sticking with the original contractor's suggestion, we'll go with the sonotubes, level the floor, reinforce, and then by removing the existing floor in order to do all that. Once the existing floor is up, go down, put in sonotubes, new floor joists, XPS insulation underneath, foam-filled cavity, 3/4 inch plywood over top, and then what remaining floor we could salvage would go down on top of that. And then the other stuff we're talking about. So saving on energy, we modeled the building in a red screen model. Basically, this particular building as it stands is like being outside. So it's really no different. If you've seen the whole David Suzuki commercial where he puts his head in through the wall of a house and whatnot, this is pretty well this house. So in terms of modeling, like the R value that is existing there now was considered to be, in some cases, lower than 10, in some cases, probably lower than 10. What we're suggesting to do to make the building airtight, once we've got the interior, you'd essentially insulate the cavities with spray foam, bring it up to an R24, which in turn makes this building then tight. Once you make the building tight, blow in cellulose in the attic, you're going to need to put in a mechanical ventilation system, otherwise you're going to have sweat and humidity problems. We believe it's important to replace all the windows, upgrade it to double pane low E argon, which will give you about an R3. And then once you've done all these envelope upgrades, what happens is your heating system then is sized for an efficient envelope as opposed to sizing a system for heating the outside, which is essentially what happens right now. What we're managed to do once we build that building, bring it up to R24, consider it tight, install a heat pump system, and can keep that house for 300